Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for joining us in the public forum at Group Exhibit Hydrogen Fuel Cells and Batteries at Hannover Messe 2014. Today we'll be talking about market introduction of AVL THDA stack monitoring with AVL List GmbH. Please welcome to the stage Manager Fuel Cells Juergen Rechberger. Thank you. So perhaps start with a bit of an overview of THDA stack monitoring, what you've been working on in the past, and the products and services that are currently out on the market.
So basically, for introduction, AVL is the worldwide biggest independent engineering supplier for the automotive industry. So we are working on 3 business units, helping the automotive OEMs developing new cars. That's powertrain engineering. So we support in engine development, battery development, fuel cell development, gearboxes, all kind of technologies that are used for an effective powertrain. Then we have the instrumentation and test system business unit, which develops and sells testing solutions, vehicle testing, engine testing, battery testing, fuel cell testing. And we have the business unit Advanced Simulation Technologies, where we develop software tools for the simulation of vehicles, engines, fuel cells, all that stuff. So that's the global footprint of AVL from our products. On the fuel cell side, we are working on fuel cells since more than 10 years now. We have 2 big programs. That's on the PEM side, helping the automotive industry in developing fuel cell vehicles with various products, with various solutions. And on the other hand side, we have a quite big solid oxide fuel cell program, developing various products from APUs to stationary CHP applications.
In terms of the THDA stack monitoring, you kind of have 2 business opportunities. The one is the laboratory monitoring device, yes, and the second is the onboard integration in vehicle. Could you please describe the benefits of these and what brought this technology about? What did you hear from the industry, from the fuel cell companies that kind of decided this is a good business opportunity, and how does it work?
So let's start from the motivation why we are doing this for this specific product. So stack monitoring is a quite interesting topic because at the moment it's done in fuel cell vehicles as well with single cell voltage monitoring. That means in fuel cell vehicles you have very big stacks, up to 500 cells, and to monitor these stacks you measure cell packages, the voltage of cell packages. For example, every 2 to 5 cells you measure the voltage, which is a very, very complicated solution because you have a lot of wiring, a very expensive solution. And our invention some years ago was to only measure the status of the stack based on 2 measurements, on the stack current and the complete stack voltage. And it works. So we detect all major critical failure modes of fuel cells, in that case PEM. For example, we can detect fuel starvation, air starvation, membrane drying, liquid water issues, even in a single cell in a very, very big stack, only with this 2 voltage measurement. So that's the basic motivation why we're doing that. So we can reduce the cost in a fuel cell vehicle, for example, for the onboard diagnosis from 2,000 euros to 50 euros. And that's the main driver, a low-cost onboard monitoring device. That's the one approach we have to integrate this diagnosis approach directly into products, into fuel cell vehicles. And what we launch now this year is the instrumentation equipment. So we launched this technology as a plug-and-play instrumentation device, which you can put in your laboratory, connect to the stack, plug and play in 10 minutes, and then you have an diagnosis solution on board.
Okay, so in terms of the laboratory monitoring device, is that commercial as of yet? I know that we were discussing earlier that you mentioned it was launching in October, so yep, when do you anticipate it to be commercial?
So the laboratory device we have tested already with various key customers on a pre-commercial sales. So we have done a lot of projects with customers. But as of starting October this year, we will launch it as a fully commercial product with all the things you expect from a commercial product, like warranty, guarantee, and all that stuff. And that's from October we accept orders for this device.
In terms of the onboard monitoring, how many OEMs are you currently working with?
We have this technology now in the fuel cell vehicle development programs of 6 major international OEMs in US, in Europe, and in Japan, also in Korea. So we are working, this technology is used by 6 OEMs to be the onboard vehicle monitoring technology of the fuel cell vehicles.
And how do you see it impacting the automotive industry moving forward? What benefits do you think that they're going to gain, and there's obviously a lot of market opportunity for this project, so maybe you can go into this opportunity and this great time to be in the marketplace for it.
I think the motivation for the OEM, there are a few of this. Of course, the most important one is the cost reduction. As I mentioned before, the diagnosis, monitoring of the stack in the vehicle at the moment is around 2,000 euros. And this will be reduced to 50 euros. Because our product is basically only a software, it's not hardware. So that's the one motivation. The other motivation is that you can, in the vehicle, very, very early detect failures without a damaging has happened so far. So you can directly feed back this information from the diagnosis system in the fuel cell control unit and start countermeasures to avoid these damaging operating conditions. So that's the second motivation, which will definitely lead to a lifetime increase and a reliability increase. So that's the 2 main drivers, I would say, for the automotive industry. And of course, the market volume is huge. We want to bring this into every fuel cell vehicle in the world.
Great. So we talked a lot about the OEM side and the automotive. What other applications can this THDA stack monitoring be applicable to?
So at the moment, our current product is available for any kind of PEM fuel cell, in any kind of applications. We have, for example, at the moment, a demo project with one of the NF manufacturers in Japan. So we are testing this monitoring technology now with a commercial cogeneration system for single-family households with one of the 2 major PEM system suppliers, manufacturers in Japan. But basically, it's applicable to any kind of PEM fuel cell.
Are there any questions from the audience at all regarding this technology and the stack monitoring? Anyone? Okay, I have a couple more questions. So we went to the benefits with the OEM. Can we go and cover a little more of the automotive side? I think that's a big topic here today. What sort of feedback have you been getting from your customers and the OEMs? And obviously, there's a lot of benefits in terms of detecting errors on board quite frequently and at that precise moment in terms of like temperature. Can you go into the feedback?
So basically the feedback is very good. So they are very happy about this device because of the low cost approach. Because at the moment they use a very expensive approach, measuring a lot of voltages in the stack. But it doesn't, the current state of art doesn't give you an indication what's going wrong. But our device not only measures that there is a critical state, we always give the user also the information what is causing this critical state. As mentioned before, we can detect the five most critical failure states of PEM fuel cell, which is too low air supply, too low fuel supply, which is membrane drying, and which is liquid water in the gas diffusion layer or in the channels. So you can use this device also to optimize the water management of the stack, which is one of the key features or a key development aspects in PEM fuel cells.
If anyone has any further questions for Juergen, please visit booth D57. Sure that he'd be happy to answer any questions that you may have. At this time, I think we are getting close to the end of our session. So thank you so much for being here.
You're welcome. Thanks. You're welcome.